Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk with you about how to really get to a space of knowing this person is as harmful as in the bad moment, you know they're harmful. And so what happens is we disassociate, right? We kind of deflect. We forget the bad incidences. And then people will say to me, well, they weren't that bad to me in the last week. So, are they really an abuser? Yes. An abuser, a coercive controller, has a pattern of behavior that diminishes another person. And that pattern doesn't have to be every single day. It can be little nuanced, insidious ways. It can be verbally abusive. It can be psychologically, like psychological manipulation, the tactics that occur during psychological manipulation, like gaslighting, intimidation, and isolation. And the reality is, of course, it can be physical abuse too, and sexual abuse. The point is that it doesn't have to be happening all of the time. It can be happening intermittently. And so we quickly will forget how bad an incident was. I had a time probably a couple of years ago where I went back and listened to a horrifying video just to remind myself that it really was that bad. Like, oh, is it that bad? Yeah, it was that bad. Sometimes I'll pull out emails and be like, why am I torturing myself? Traumatizing myself looking at these emails, because sometimes I really have a hard time wrapping my head around how horrible this human being is and how horrible most of you are dealing with horrible human beings. And frankly, if you're listening to this, you probably are dealing with a horrible human being. So I call it retraumatization, like list, retraumatization, like theory. Like, in other words, the only way you're going to actually get to a place of understanding how bad this person is if you take control and unfortunately sit in the dirty, the yuck, right? Dr. Ramani calls it an icky list. I call it, that works too. Call it whatever you want to call it. Write down, literally write down with a pen and paper, write down all the horrible things this person has done to you. Don't leave out details, write it down. Make a column, all the horrible things, all the good things. That works too. I had my own column system for a long time. Write down and look, and then look back to remind yourself. Remind yourself how horrible it has been. Because a person who is a good human being does not return to bad behavior over and over again. A pattern is one more than one. If you're suffering abuse and you have been in a relationship where someone is coercing and controlling you, trying to diminish you, verbally assaulting you, gaslighting, manipulation, intimidation, and isolation, physical abuse, sexual abuse, I don't care what it is that is harming you. And ask yourself, if your sister was in this relationship, would you be worried about her? If your child was in a relationship like this, would you be worried about them? Well, if you're in this relationship, then you should be worried about you. You should be taking care of you. So I hope that's helpful. Write a list, write the pros and the cons, the negatives and the positives. And what you will see is that there's a pattern of, I don't care how positive someone has been, it never outweighs the negatives, right? You have 10 positive things and 2 negative ones. Why 2? Because more than one is a pattern. You have 2 negative things, the relationship's not healthy. Now, the next step is, how do you get out of it, right? Because these people often intensify and get worse when we leave, escape. So knowing that you have support, knowing that you have a world of people who get it. I do have a community I've recently started, Dr. C's community, where in there you're meeting other people who are living with this and hopefully beginning to heal and knowing that you're not alone, that you're not crazy. So we are here for you. Just follow me on YouTube. That's enough. Follow my podcast, Perfect Prey, and hopefully you will continue to find validation and maybe you will begin to feel safe enough to step a foot out, maybe. And if you don't, there's no judgment because I was in it for 27 years and 11 months, and that's not including 7 years of dating. So there's no judgment here. Okay.